Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello, how are we today? How's everybody doing today? We got a burner. Thank you, Barry Little, for kicking it off, because it does need to be kicked off. So thank you for kicking it off with the contributions and for the cookout, because it is definitely going to be a cookout today. Let me scooch this camera over just a tad. Okay. Thank you, Mark, for the congrats on the 100K. Thank you, Simon. The good evening. Thank you so much for helping us start off the super chats and the contributions. Okay. So we got one today. Shout out to Shay Sade, where the inspiration for this show comes from. She had a community tab post of the title of an article, and we're going to read that article today. And we are going to connect the dots between feminism, specifically Black feminism, and white supremacy. See, I've always, in one way or another, connected those dots for everyone. I have stated several times that feminism in and of itself is a spawn of white supremacy, and part of what feminism was supposed to do was infect the minds, hearts, and spirits of Black women to deter any form of family building between Black men and Black women, because without a family, nuclear family, and family structures, there can be no community. And when there is no community, we do not have power as a people. So without power as a people, we are unable to affect changes in our environment by sheer force of will. We are unable to affect change or put pressure on those to make changes. We are unable to come together as a group to make demands. This all ties into, when I say make demands, things like reparations. Don't nobody like it when I start talking like that, but the reality is the reality. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Nobody likes when I start talking like that about reparations. The reason why the conversation for reparations has gone on for a decade or more, and we still have not actually received them, is that lack of family going into a lack of community, which directly affects us and makes us weak as a group. We do not have power. We do not have sway. We cannot put pressure. We cannot apply pressure. Thank you so much, Keith. Because if we had a strong family foundation and we had a strong community foundation, when we said we need reparations right now, they would be cutting the check, because they wouldn't have a choice but to do it, or else. See, we can't provide no consequences. When we don't got no power, we can't provide no consequences. If they never give reparations, what we gonna do about it? And that's what they counting on. One of the things anyway. But this ain't a talk about reparations. This is a talk about feminism. Thank you so much, Abdul Alim. ain't even a reparations show. I just went on that little tangent just to show how all these things are connected. When I talk about value systems, when I talk about biology, culture, and environment, when I talk about a bioculturon, when I talk about all of these things are specifically connected. And they are connected in a way that we need to understand. We need to be able to step back as a group and see the forest for the trees. Because right now, we're looking at trees and individual branches and leaves. We have not stepped back and seen the entire tapestry for what it is, so that we can move and act and think accordingly. We losing battle after battle. This is a war. We still have not figured it out. We don't know what front we're fighting this war on. Let me tell you something. It is a multifaceted war. Multiple war fronts. Not one, not two. We are fighting biologically, we are fighting culturally, and we are fighting environmentally, and all that those three things entail. That is the war front. A biological war front, a cultural war front, an environmental and institutional war front. And if we don't catch up, we will die. We will die. While we stand around and twiddle our thumbs and talk about surface issues, when we really need to be digging deeper into why we're having the issues. See, black women get up here and so we talk about the contempt that black women have for black men, and we talk about the contempt that they have for them, for their seeds, and those are worthy conversations because we have to have those conversations. But that is still the symptom of a problem. People may or may not believe that it is worthwhile to talk about feminism. Black women will still serve you that cap, that plate of BS about female empowerment and them wanting to just be able to be, themselves and pursue their path of life and act like this is an individual choice and act like these are just things that they're doing to empower themselves, the things that they're doing, to get their education and to make better. No. That is not what feminism is about, and it's not what black feminism is about. We're going to read this article. Let me share this screen with you all. Okay? All right. I want y'all to be able to sort of see this. See if I can make it a tad bit bigger. Now, this was posted in January the 26th of this year, okay? Major funders call for increased support of black feminists. They got a picture of Rihanna because of her organizations. But in any case, the need to increase funding for black feminist organizations is urgent, according to an open letter released Thursday from some of philanthropy's most influential organizations, including Melinda Gates' Pivotal Ventures, Rihanna's Clara Lionel Foundation, as well as the Ford Foundation and MacArthur Foundation. It's time to fund black feminist movements like we want them to win. Supporters of the nonprofit Black Feminist Fund write in the letter to other philanthropists, because across our most urgent global challenges, from Colombia to Sudan, Brazil, and Nigeria to the US and France, Black feminists are dreaming and delivering the solutions we need. Now, boy, oh boy, stop sharing for a second. The solutions we need. What's the solutions and who are we? That article didn't say fund feminists. That article didn't say fund the LGBT. That article didn't say fund women's empowerment. That article said these high-level philanthropic foundations, including Melinda Gates, if you know, you know, foundations need to give more financial backing to Black feminist organizations, because they are dreaming and creating the solutions that we need of all the global challenges. So they are talking above famine, above economic hardship, above war zones, above other humanitarian crises around the globe. The most important agenda is the Black feminist agenda in these various places, including the United States and France. I need y'all to digest that. I need y'all to digest that. Thank you, Wiggy Will says, so if anybody still have to ask why certain YouTubers are still on here talking ish about the community, here's your answer. Thank you. Out of all the global issues affecting the various regions of the world, Black feminism is top priority. To disrupt and destroy Black people globally is of paramount. To keep the population small of melanated people across the world, that is a priority. And we know that it is a priority. Thank you, Theo. We know that it is a priority because what did Kamala Harris go over to Kenya to talk about? Not their economic situations, not how the U.S. can best support or help the Kenyan government, not what kind of money that the U.S. can give or any humanitarian effort or any. They went over there to talk about Black feminism. They went over there to talk about the rainbow community under the guise of human rights. That is what she went over there to talk about. Of all the important geopolitical issues and topics that a vice president of one of the superpowers of the world go and travel on a diplomatic trip to other countries and nations to speak on, she came to talk to them about rainbow. Now, people would say, well, that's not a critical subject matter. Yes, it is, depending on who you ask and depending on how you define critical. Critical to whom? It's important to who? Thank you, Sylvester said, let's be real. They'll give this money to black women and they'll cheer. Now, 1 penny will be delivered just like Goldman Sachs. Precisely. I find it troubling that black feminism is important in third world countries. Yeah, because see, you got to get them right out of that agrarian stage into feminism. Huh? Because third world countries are still in an agrarian type of society. Feminism does not fit there because it can't. Because the society can't function without a patriarchal system. You only get feminism when you get into an era of decadence, and then a civilization is on decline when we start talking about women's rights and removing the patriarchal systems. So feminism has to come along with the industrial revolution of a country. Because you got to get the women out of the house so that all of that other stuff is a smoke screen. That's just reason number 2, 3, 4, 5 on the list. To tax the entire, to tax the entire population, things of that nature. You don't see, the point is to break the nuclear family up. Because if the father is out making ends meet and breadwinning, and the mother is out making ends meet and breadwinning, she doesn't have time to nurture and teach the children their culture. The children then learn that from the state-run school systems that do nothing but feed them propaganda. Why do you think they're utilizing the school systems to push the rainbow agenda? Why do you think they're having drag queens read story time to little kids in libraries and schools? Stop playing. If we don't stop connecting these dots, I'm not even done with the article. Thank you, Ty Boxer said Kamala has a hatred for black men, so not surprised she would be leading the foolishness charge over there. And see, it's even more than the hatred of black men, although that's right at the top of the list. It's even more than that. The destruction is the point. The destruction is the point. Destroy it from the inside out. That's what you do. You don't gotta come delete the bodies, the physical people. You don't. Delete them here. Delete them here. They're gone. And they will be gone. Let's go back to the article. The Black Feminist Fund is looking to raise $100 million to support nonprofits led by black women who have been historically underfunded in philanthropy. The fund, which launched in 2021, has raised $35 million of its goal so far. Now, the goal is $100 million. It's 2023. So that's 2 whole years. And they have not gotten to half of it. And now they're begging these other white foundations to help them. Do we understand how the money is being so-called transferred? Right? According to a report from the Miss Foundation for Women and the consulting group Strength in Numbers, less than 1% of the $67 billion the foundations contributed in 2017 went to organizations that specifically support minority women and girls. The Black Feminist Fund's research says that dropped to less than 0.5% in 2018. Black women and girls made up nearly 7% of the U.S. population, according to the 2022 U.S. Census figures. Tanisha McHarris, co-founder and co-exec. You know what? If black people all together make up about 12 to 13% of the U.S. population, and black women and girls make up 7%, how you just ignore that other 7%, 6 to 7%? You see how that works? Tanisha McHarris, co-founder and co-executive director of Black Feminist Fund, said that the fact that black women and girls do not get a share of donations equal to their share of the American population is a sign of larger problems. There's a listen to this. There's a trust gap between some in philanthropy and the leadership of black women and black gender expansive folks, McHarris told the Associated Press. There isn't that trust that means I trust your leadership. I trust you to be able to take the resources and do what needs to get done. I trust that you will use these resources with deep integrity. The open letter released Thursday is a way to address that, McHarris said, calling it a, quote, demonstration of their solidarity to our movement. Let me come back. Did you hear that? Do you understand what that was that I just read to you? Thank you, Jackson Dawson. Thank you, sis, for trying to keep us together. Thank you so much. Thank you, Phineas said feminism only works in a safe society for women. It is not safe enough for women in third world countries. For the tip jar. Thank you so very much. And it's very true. Do you understand what I just read, y'all? She's saying we have a deal. We've been had a deal. And we as black feminists should not have to keep coming back to y'all and asking y'all to uphold your end of the bargain. We are doing our job. We, under our leadership, under black female leadership and gender expansive folk. See, this is what we've been talking about the alliance between black women and the rainbow community against heterosexual black men, specifically. Notice every black feminist movement also includes rainbow movement. And they doing it under the guise of, well, we have to deal with it from a standpoint of intersectionality. So it's not just racism, it's sexism and classism. Do you understand? Are we going to get to it? Are we gonna get to it? And this is why, let me take a little tangent. I'm gonna take a little tangent. We gonna talk about a little something. That's why I side-eye any content creator, male or female. Thank you, Professor Carl said, why didn't she go to the Ukraine? Precisely. I side-eye any content creator, male or female, I don't care who they say they are, that does not come down with a sledgehammer on feminism among black women. Thank you, Sylvester said they don't intend to do their part. Of course not. I give a severe side eye to any Black content creator that say that they're here for the Black family, or that they are here to educate or to illuminate or to shine a light on the issues and ills and pathologies of the Black community, and bettering the Black community, or bettering and supporting Black men, or bettering and supporting Black women, and you don't come down with a sledgehammer on feminism and womanism and all of these other little isms, if you don't come down with a sledgehammer on it, I question you. Because it is the active arm of white supremacy in Black culture, among Black people, and what is left of the tatters of our community. That is the white supremacy. For those of us talking about we don't know where the white supremacy is at, it's right there. It's Black feminism. That is what it is. How long do it have to tear down Black families, children, men, women, and the very sense of a community before you understand that that is also the goal of white supremacy? So they are therefore one and the same ideologically and practically. So ain't no way you sitting here talking about you're aware of the world. You're clear. You're not plugged into the matrix, and you still ain't figured out the correlation between white supremacy and Black feminism. I don't want to hear nobody talking about, oh, well, you know, I can kind of understand womanism and feminism. I don't want to hear that. Well, we kind of need feminism in order. We don't need white supremacy at all. Not in any form, iteration, not in any percentage. Thank you, 39 Dina. So if we go back for a second into what I read you, she's saying to the other white foundations, you're not giving us a big enough cut of the pie for the work we have already done and are doing. We have successfully destroyed any remnant of the Black community. We are infecting daily the minds of young women with Black feminism. We have effeminized Black men. We have sign language them to death. We have shamed them for their masculinity. We have pushed them out of every important facet of family and Black culture that we could possibly do. You promised us 30 pieces of silver, and you stench us out one piece every 100 years. We need the other 30. That's what she's saying. You give us a few shekels and a few pennies, and we can't do our work without the pay. That's what she's saying. You promised us for the betrayal of Black men, other Black women, our children, the future survival of our race, We have betrayed them, and we've done a good job. And you promised us money. You promised us prestige. You promised us status. You promised us a seat at the table. We thought you meant a seat at your table. You got us a seat at the kiddie table. We tired of the kiddie table. You got us over here with birthday hats, a little piece of cake, zoom zooms and wham whams, while y'all over there at the big table making decisions. And we tired. Now you got to give us more than this. You got to show us that we didn't betray for nothing. Because we have betrayed our men to their death and to the death of us all. But you promised us that you would save us. If we burn the community down for you, that you would rescue us out of the burning building. And we don't hear the fire sirens yet. Y'all was supposed to be here with the fire truck. We ain't heard nan siren, not even in the distance. And it's burning fast. It's burning fast. I want y'all to chew on it. We're going to finish getting through this article. But first, we're going to hear a word from our sponsor that actually stands for family. So, after these messages, we'll be right back.
What should I feed the kids? When should I feed the kids? And where am I going to feed all of these kids during my child's birthday party? We understand that planning a child's birthday party can be stressful for parents. That is, unless you hire Gamer versus Gamer. That's because every party package, starting from our standard package to our premium packages, includes cupcakes, ice cream cups, hot pizza, unlimited popcorn and drinks, and all the necessary plates, napkins, and flatware. You see, after 10 years of party planning, our expertise has taught us how, when, and which foods to serve so that it doesn't interfere with the flow of the party. Plus, parents get the added bonus of having Gamer versus Gamer feed and clean up after the kids, all from inside our 30-foot climate-controlled celebration trailer. This makes it easy and stress-free for you. Plus, your home can stay clean and kid-free. Parents simply just need to invite the guests and relax.
Gamer versus Gamer.
Gamer versus Gamer. We look forward to treating your child like the most important kid in the world on their birthday.
Hi, Gamer versus Gamer. Thank you so much for my birthday party.
I always like to show that this is such a serious conversation, and I like the levity in the middle of it. I want to really highlight our sponsor and their commitment to the family value, their commitment to Black families, and to really making sure that we honor and respect and show love and appreciation to our children, especially on a day that is very important to a child in a child's life, and that is their birthday. So if you or anyone that you know are in the Atlanta metropolitan area and there are children with birthdays coming up, you definitely want to be able to hit the link at the top of the chat, gamerversusgamer.com, and check out all of the wonderful things that they offer if you're looking for a way to throw a unique and wonderful and interactive birthday party for your child to show them just how much you love and care for them and how much they are cherished and valued in your family, then go ahead, once again, hit the link at the top of the chat, gamerversusgamer.com. Take a look at all of what they offer. Give them a call. Let them know what you want to see done for your child's birthday so that your child can be one of the luckiest children in the world, okay? All right. Thank you, Trey. Say nobody trusts nor respects those who have a history of treachery. They don't understand that. Maybe they don't. I don't know. It's crazy. Thank you, Miss 39 Dina. I don't know if I said that or not. Thank you, Sylvester. Say they don't intend to do it. Okay, I read that one. I'm caught up. So I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta because we have 450 wonderful people who have already hit the like button. Let's see if we can get the other 300 or 400 people to hit the like button as well, so we can move our way into the algorithm. Because truth, everybody needs to be up in here. Everybody need to be in here. So please go ahead. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Go ahead and share the stream. Everybody needs to be in this stream. We're going to continue. We're going to go back to the article. Darren Walker, president of the Ford Foundation and one of the signers of the open letter, said there is a need to provide more funding to those who are currently struggling. As mission-aligned funders, we have a responsibility to work with our colleagues across philanthropy to ensure we are addressing this disparity in resources to ultimately close the vast funding gaps for those building a world of equality for all of us, for those building a world of equality for all of us. So Black women are being used as the mules. Also signing the open letter were representatives from the Solidaire Network, Foundation for a Just Society, Lieber Foundation, the Meadow Fund, Farbman Family Foundation, Satterberg Foundation, and Wellsprings Philanthropic Fund. McHarris says the Black Feminist Fund is eager to achieve its initial $100 million funding goal quickly so it can pass on the funding in 8-year grants to nonprofits working on some of the most pressing global issues like climate change, systemic violence, and hunger, as well as working to end racial and gender inequity. Black feminist leaders on the front lines of movements today are splitting their time between figuring out how to end violence and figuring out how to write reports. Imagine a world, listen to this, imagine a world where they get to spend 100% of their time to figure out how to build the world we deserve and need. That's what we're trying to do. I'm going to read that last paragraph one more again. Black feminist leaders on the front lines of movements today are splitting their time between figuring out how to end violence and figuring out how to write reports. Imagine a world where they, Black feminists, get to spend 100% of their time, Black feminist time, to do what? Figure out how to build the world we deserve and need. That's what we're trying to do. So I looked up some of these foundations that they named. They all got something in common. Let's take a look. See, when I looked up the Farbman Foundation, they came up under the Colibri. There is a Farbman Foundation, but it's on tax reports, it's coming up, it only makes, $100,000 or less or so. Not lucrative, not big. But the Colibri Foundation also came up. Who we are. A movement-led foundation shifting the paradigm of philanthropy through strategic funding and allyships. Colibri Foundation was established in 2019 by Eileen, Leo, and Steve Farbman out of the Farbman Family Visionary Fund. Anyway, by 2020, we embarked on a year-long dreaming and there's that word dreaming again. Dreaming and structuring process with movement leaders Lorraine Ramirez, Thinjiwe McHarris, and Kara Page. Kara and Thinjiwe, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, continue to serve on our growing board. We come to this work as a multiracial, multi-class team with lived experiences as survivors of systemic and interpersonal violence, as well as people with disabilities. Now, when they say multiracial and multi-class, they mean we of the Farbmans are both white and powerful. These other two are Hispanic and Black and probably African of some descent, and they are not in our class, but we helping them out, right? We imagine philanthropy as extending beyond financial contribution to promote dynamic allyships that are aligned with our spiritual and political imperatives. We strive to solidify structures that will have an impact beyond the lifespan of the foundation and leave behind field-wide sources of knowledge, new funding streams, and most importantly, people willing to be transformed in service of liberation. Who's the board of directors? Leo Farbman, Steve Farbman, Eileen Farbman. She's probably the wife of one of these. Kara, a Black woman, another one. So Kara Page is probably American Black, non-American Black. Black woman, leadership team, intersectional care and logistics. Another Black woman, co-director, Chianti. Another one, Clarabelle, movement weaver. What is that? Let's go. Let's get out of here. Who's the Libra Foundation? Grantee Spotlight Video, Black Feminist Future. Building community power from the ground up. You can't build a community without Black men. Libra Foundation funds organizations led by those most impacted by systemic oppression, largely communities of color that have experienced chronic underinvestment. Our guiding principle is that those closest to the problem understand the issues best and are most equipped to build and implement solutions. Our approach to philanthropy is to move money to groups building BIPOC power. Or is that a L supposed to be? Anyway. Our process, we prioritize multi-year unrestricted grants to frontline organizations working to bring transformational change in their communities. Over time, we build relationships of trust with grantee partners, looking to their lived experience and wisdom to guide the work and freeing them from red tape and paperwork. Our approach is intersectional. We bring together strategies that cross portfolio lines. I'm going to show you their little video.
Black Feminist Future, in partnership with Sister Song and 40 other organizations, made a stance and made a decision to do a mobilization around abortion access, which truly is one of the first of its kind. What's up, party people? Where you at? I need y'all to get up. If you can get up, I need some energy right now. Hey, I'm talking about y'all right there. If you can move it, let's move it. Let's go. So I'm going to tell you what Black feminists are going to make sure happens when this decision comes down. We're going to make sure any person who needs an abortion is going to get one. Did you hear me? We're going to make sure any person that needs an abortion will have what they need.
It takes really powerful leadership to rally people around the cause. Abortion rights is important in our Black feminist lens because abortion is healthcare, and the way that systems of state power prevent us from caring for ourselves or each other.
Stop the man! My body! My choice! My body! My choice!
We chose this weekend to go to the Supreme Court. That's where the folks who have the decision making over the fate of Roe, that's where they do their business. And it was a symbolic way of taking up space and saying, we see you, we're holding you accountable, and this really is just the beginning.
Black women are dynamite, and when you mess with dynamite, it goes tick, 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 boom, dynamite.
We are a political hub. We're multi-issue, so repro is an issue that we care about. But in general, we work on a variety of different issues. Black feminism has and will continue to shape the world. The core mission is to amplify the power and the brilliance of Black women, girls, and gender-expansive people to unlock our political and social power. Along with that, I'm gonna be working my ass off to make this vision come true.
Let's move on. Solidaire. We almost done. Solidaire Network is a community of donor organizers mobilizing critical resources to the front lines of intersectional movements for racial, gender, and climate justice. Got a picture of a Black man here as if they care about what Black men are doing. Foundation for a Just Society. Braver strategies, bolder leadership, the vision. Foundation for a Just Society envisions a world where all people are equally valued and lead self-determined lives. Mission. Foundation for a Just Society advances the rights of women, girls, and LGBT people and promotes gender and racial justice by ensuring those most affected by injustice have the resources they need to cultivate the leadership and solutions that transform our world. Let me go back to the super chat. Thank you, Norman. Thank you so much. Thank you, TH, for the super stickers. Thank you, TH, again. So thank you for covering this topic. I saw the headline the other day and I was like, huh? What is your email? If we see another topic we would like you to speak on. Someone post my email, please. Thank you, Habitual Line Steppers. I keep cooking crimson. This is actually should let Black men know it doesn't matter if you're a passport bro or not. They are trying to brainwash and corrupt all melanin women worldwide. They're making sure we can't rebuild. Precisely. Thank you, guy in the black suits. After seeing that, why exactly am I fighting for my community again? Because from the looks of it, they are eliminating it fast. Damien, thank you. Said these hyena will fall for anything as long as you give them that feel Kool-Aid. In other words, lie to them. Thank you. And thank you again, Sylvester. Said their body, their choice until they get knocked up by a loser or their sons turned out as predicted with no male leadership. Perceived positive outcomes. Black women perceive negative outcomes. Black men equals white supremacy. Thank you so much. So what we see, let's go over what we see. Black women are being used voluntarily, so they're volunteering to be used. Thank you, Eric said they pay sisters to ostracize the brothers. More than that. More than ostracize. Black women are voluntarily being used as mules for every system and ideology that destroys us on a biological and cultural level, as in order to gain what she said in that video, political and environmental power. They are sacrificing us as a community biologically. They are even down to trying to erase the biological input of black men in reproduction, as well as change our concepts of biology through supporting the LGBT. You note she said any person that needs an abortion instead of saying any woman that needs an abortion, because you can't say women. Erase us culturally, sacrifice us culturally. The future is black women. The culture is black women. The community, as it were, is led by black women. In order to do what? Why are they sacrificing us biologically and culturally? In order to gain environmental power. It's like I said, they want to get a seat at the big table, not the kiddie table. So because Zaddy has been the teacher of black women and black feminists, he taught them partially. He taught them partially what is a he didn't teach them what a biocultiron was. He told them about biology, culture, and environment. But he didn't tell them about what a biocultiron is. They don't know that part. Do we understand that? He gave them a little bit of knowledge. See, a little bit of knowledge is dangerous. You give somebody arrogant a little knowledge, they become dangerous. He gave them just enough knowledge to be dangerous, but not enough knowledge to make a decision on their own without him. See, they don't understand that there is a confluence between biology, culture, and environment that will produce another value system, whether that be the lost value system or the 10 life value system. Either way. See, they don't know that part. That part of the equation is not known to them. The only part of the equation that's known to them is that if they were told, if you sacrifice the entire community, just the men, we'll save you. And how we'll save you is that we'll give you, as black women, and you teach your girls this, a seat at the big table, and you can make decisions with us, and you will be included and ingratiated with us, the winner's circle, the people with all the power. We'll give you environmental power. We'll give you institutional leverage. We'll give you leverage in the legal system, family court system. We'll give you political leverage. We will make sure that you are voted for over and above black men for political offices and things of that nature. We'll fund you. We'll back you. We'll give you campaign. You know, as we see fit, we'll do it. And we'll make sure that you're able to enroll and that you can have, little grants and little bootleg stuff where you can kind of get into a little college, just to flex and front on your man. But they didn't give him the other key. Thank you, D. So notice how the zaddies were also there to monitor things. Precisely. Thank you, Utah. So I still can't comprehend why our sisters willfully want to destroy black men when knowingly they are destroying themselves out of existence. No, they don't know that. They don't know they will be destroyed. I keep saying that. If they thought realistically that they would be destroyed, they would not do it. On the interest of self-preservation, they wouldn't do it. This is why I'm saying they only got taught partially what's going on. What is biology? What is culture? What is environment? They didn't get taught bioculturon, because if they did, they would understand that their destruction is just as guaranteed as the destruction they're trying to make sure black men undergo. That it's all in together now. If we're destroying the community and you're part of it, then duh. But they're getting promised to say, we're going to get you out of the burning house. Just set it on fire. Trust the process. Just set it on fire and stay there till we get there to get you out. Don't worry about it. They're not coming. They're not coming to get you out. You gonna burn with everybody else. That's the part they didn't say. Oops. Sorry. Forgot to put that. Forgot to put that in the fine print. See, we blinded you with your hatred of black men and told you that if you did whatever we told you to do, that they would be the only ones to suffer. You can have children with us. Don't worry about it. They don't know they're getting destroyed. They're not going to know it until it's too late. They're not going to know they're burning until they're being consumed by the fire that they set. They feeling a little heat on their feet, though, which is why they asking, hey, you promised me 30 pieces. You only gave me 2. I need 28 more pieces of silver. Where they at? And Zaddy said, oh, we so sorry. Oh, nobody gave them the 30 pieces? You ain't get some? I told you to get them the rest of the pieces. You ain't get them the rest of the pieces. What about you? I told you to get them the rest of the pieces. You ain't give all. We so sorry, y'all. We love y'all so much. I tell you what. We gonna give you 2 more pieces of silver right now today, just as a show of solidarity. You understand what I'm saying? We gonna give you 2 more pieces of silver right now, and then come back to us in another 20 years. We give you the rest. How about that? Because we know they don't do straight up money deals. We know all they money deals shady. Do we not? Every last one of them. Let me get to these super chats again. Thank you, Antonio. Said, Kendra, my favorite Illinoisan. Thanks for bringing light to this. These foundations, cults, have studied Thulsa Doom well because they have these females brainwashed like the children of Doom. Sad. Exactly. Thank you, Sigma said, this Mrs. Cartwright of the black community. Thank you. Thank you again, Utahns. I somewhat disagree because this has happened for over 50 years for them to not know. Short-sighted. Sylvester, thank you, said, what do they think will happen when the men are gone? They are arsonists who burned down their community willingly because they were promised they'd be saved by the fire. They lack foresight. Precisely. It's the lack of foresight. Thank you, Ruminant said, black women have no foresight. The truth won't be clear until they get Tommy DeVito'd a la Goodfellas. Exactly. See, It's been going on and the failures are apparent, but it's two problems. One, they don't have any foresight and they don't have no foresight. Okay. So they don't understand how they are in danger. And the second part to that is the most dangerous part, because they believe and trust and love Zaddy so much that it is not possible for him to lie to them so blatantly and so repeatedly. They trust and love Zaddy too much to believe that he would lie to them so blatantly and repeatedly. Because what do Zaddy do to them? He breadcrumb them just enough to keep them on the hook. He gives them something, but he don't give them what he promised. So they hold out hope that eventually he will pay in full and come rescue them all after they've done their job. He will not. But they can't hear that part. Thank you again, Damien. So how difficult is it to see that they've been played? And why can't they see Zaddy will never let them at the table? They love him. You be a fool for love. You ain't never heard? Yeah, we ain't never heard that saying, you be a fool for love. Fool for love. You don't understand how much they worship him. They love him like they love him like a god. They worship him. So no matter, they are completely devoted. No matter how many times he reject, no matter how many times he go back in his word, no matter how many times the lie is just so in front of your face, you can't deny it. No matter how many times, he can always come back and sweet talk and say, baby, I was just, I'm gonna do what I tell you to do. It's like a man that you're in love with and he just keep on cheating and he just keep on doing, and you keep on going back. I can't leave. It's exactly like that. Thank you, Sigma said, just like Lupita's role in 12 Years a Slave. This is what we have to understand, y'all. So Black women are volunteering through feminism to be the mules for every system of white supremacy that destroys us biologically and culturally. Destroy anything that will be a pathway to build Black families. They've bought into Black female leadership. It's only convenient to say that it's Black men's fault that the community like this because men supposed to lead. That just demonstrates that they understand the order of things, which is why they're voluntarily going against it. They understand what it's supposed to be. So it's convenient to trot that out whenever the spotlight comes to them and how they are messing up. Thank you, G Money. So it reminds me of the people who burn down their homes for insurance money. Then they get caught and end up in jail and homeless. Thank you so much. They maintain the division or they diminish Black male presence in every important aspect of family and community life, including his biological investment and his reproductive role. This is why they fight so hard for abortions, because men do not have any political cultural, or at this point, biological say in any of it. That's why they say my body, my choice, to let you understand that he has no biological stake in anything unless they want child support. Then it takes two to tango. When you talk about the epidemic of single motherhood, then they want to talk about absentee fathers. Other than that, when it's not convenient, they don't want to talk about black male reproductive rights or his reproductive role. Thank you again, Stephen. Thank you, Jeffrey. Said congrats on 100K. Much deserved. Thank you so much. They also promote the Rainbow Coalition. Well, not the Rainbow Coalition. I ain't gonna do Jesse Jackson like that. They support the Rainbow Group, which by definition of what is promoted there, they are anti-family from a biological standpoint. Inherently, they are against black male heterosexual authority and masculinity from any position of leadership at all. They are against the patriarchy and heteronormative black men. That was the mission statement of Black Lives Matter, was it not? Okay. They are making black women build the world they need. They making black women do it. That's why I say they mules. They working y'all for free. You are in the real slavery. They working you for free. Hyenas, Hyena Clan, Boneyard. You get worked for free. You know that, don't you? Without the cover of black men, which they told you to remove, and you did it like a fool. Black women then become tools and horses to build up the foundation and the strongholds of white supremacy to ensure the extinction of the black community and family, as it were. And you're doing it for free. You're not even getting paid. To say that you're being underfunded. It's like I said, it's a nice way to say that we promised you the 30 pieces of silver and we're not even gonna give it to you. You've been working tirelessly day and night to completely annihilate the black community for little or no compensation. But y'all smart. I hope I was able to help you all connect some dots. Hopefully. And y'all can sit around on this internet and try to say what black men are and what they not, and how you not gonna date down, and how you not gonna, we're not gonna date down, we're not gonna settle, and we do this, and black women are doing that, and black women are earning this. Go get you a zaddy, I dare you. I'm so glad y'all can't find black male sperm in them sperm banks. I'm so glad. Brat. That baby white. You hear me? It's white. Thank you again, Utah. I said, why does she love and worship Caucasians so much when she's still a slave? She's seen this with her own eyes, not just black men. Black men understand this. They collectively still don't. It's probably just me who still can't comprehend this mentality of theirs. Thank you so much. Uton, I feel for you, brother, because you are thinking logically. You are using your foresight. They not. That's how Stockholm syndrome and brainwashing work. If you could think, you wouldn't be brainwashed. That's all I can say. Yeah, it makes sense what you just said, but it makes sense what you just said. They not working with no sense. That's the whole thing. Thank you, G Money again. Said between student loans and child support going to the judge's retirement fund, they're charging them to destroy their own community, just like they think going to them schools and getting them degrees or something. But they not look at the student debt. You just got charged to do something stupid. You don't even know.
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
Huh? Thank you, G Money. They promising you money, but you really getting charged up. Thank you, Travel Dazzle. I'm actually glad these lovely ladies are exposing their toxic dysfunction. More men will wake up and refrain from many enabling behaviors. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. Right now, you can go and get my book, Reclaiming the Black Feminine, on sale now at crimsoncure.com. Somebody put that link in the chat box for me. It's also in the description box as well. It is, listen, you need it. It's essential at this point. It's not even an option. It's essential at this point. If you're serious about your womanhood as a black, if you're serious about anything in this world, this is essential. Reclaiming the Black Feminine, you have to. The Lies of Feminism, The Road to Recovery, okay? On sale, crimsoncure.com right now. The digital copy is also on sale on Amazon as well. I want to thank everyone for their contributions. Thank you, Farrah. Said what you say is worth more than any amount I send. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and let me see if I've got any. I like to try to shout out the cash apps, if any. Let's see. Thank you, Xavier, and thank you, Miss Crystal, for the very generous contributions. Greatly, greatly appreciate them. Thank you so, so very much for that. Once again, I'm going to go and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonite.